Hello, YouTube. You guys are tuning in to another episode of the RJ Effect. I mean, Casual Friday. Today is going to be fairly short since the live stream did not bring in a whole lot of questions that I didn't answer during the live stream. I'm still not entirely certain how you guys would find the live stream other than following the link that I will give you in the description below. I'm still kind of working out how live streams work. But before I get to the Q&A, I want to give a bunch of shout-outs because I like giving shout-outs because there are people that I really like. And a few of these, in fact, I'm fairly certain all of them are people I've shouted out before, but I want to keep giving them more exposure because these dudes are just totally awesome. First off, Play Matter. If you want really good content that is focused on the competitive game, and what's really awesome about him is he does not only deck profiles, but he also does interviews and combo videos and rulings, just a ton of competitive stuff. You really should check him out. I cannot believe that a channel like this didn't exist already, but he's freaking amazing. Anyway, so that one for first. Second one, Kogurasho. This guy has been, actually I'm not even certain if it's a dude. We never hear their voice or see their face. They just do really cool Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro duels with very creative decks. They're really fun and entertaining videos. I haven't seen a single channel nearly like this one. It's just so much fun. You see a lot of crazy creative stuff that you wouldn't have even thought of before. Kogurasho has like 2K subscribers, but like seems to get no recognition. I seem to be the only person who has ever heard of this person. So I will link you to Kogurasho in the description below. And then, of course, my big bros that I want to shout out. Once again, Simo. That is Simo with 8 O's. He's my big bro on YouTube. I'm going to link you to his channel in the description below, and we're also going to be doing a collaboration video soon. We're gonna make this happen, Simo. It's gotta happen. And of course, P Bunny, who is another competitor of mine in the Next Great YouTuber, who I'll link you to in the description below. He's just got an awesome, really entertaining channel, and I will also link you to his entry to the Next Great YouTuber. If you guys want, you should check out that video and hit the thumbs up button to vote for him to get to the finals, because that would be super cool, because I think that he's an amazing channel that's gotten hardly any publicity except for the Next Great YouTuber, so I want to see him get to the finals. So now that I've given all my shoutouts, I'm sure I will have more in the near future. I'll do it on another Casual Friday video. Let me get down to the Q&A. We start off with Yugi-Man Team, Vanity's Emptiness or Fossil Dyna. My issue with Fossil Dyna is that it's easy to kill. Like, really easy to kill. Unless you have Black Garden on the board, which is something that, I don't know, Chain Beat might be able to do, then Fossil Dyna is fairly difficult to defend. Or Vanity's Emptiness is really good if you have a really big monster on the board because, well, your opponent's going to have some crazy issues getting around the card unless they have some kind of way of destroying spell or trap cards or forcing you to use a card of your own so it goes to the graveyard. So I think Vanity's Emptiness is way better than Fossil Dyna, as is demonstrated by the fact that it is a 3 of this format. From Millajo001, thoughts on rogue decks such as Six Samurai and Hieratic. I'm not certain about Six Samurai and Hieratic specifically. Hieratic is really going to be fairly good splashed into certain builds of the Neckloth deck. I know that a lot of the main builds of Neckloth aren't going to be using it, but I think that it will see some play in some different variants of the Neckloth archetype. That's what that's called. Anyway, so yeah, Hieratic may see play. Six Samurai are basically dead. They need to get another gateway-like thing that makes their plays not go at minus in order to go into Shien and Barkion and Beast and stuff like that before they'll be any good again. But in general, rogue decks are fairly difficult to run this format and do well with because there's such a wide diversity of plays in the top tier. You've got this kind of top 3 right now of decks that you're going to be playing against, and each one of them has a very, very unique strategy. So it's really difficult to make a deck that can make the proper meta calls for a rogue deck to do well this format. Banished for 2 turns asks, what do you think is a reasonable ratio for field spells to terraforming, assuming it's a field spell combo you would like to see, but definitely do not want to see in multiples? One thing I really like to do is 3-in-1. 3-in-1 is something that I do when I really want to see it's absolutely imperative that I use my field spell. However, sometimes that makes for, well, a lot of field spells in your hand, or possibly a lot of field spells. If you're really concerned about seeing multiples more than you are about the possibility of not seeing the field spell, one way you can do it is 2-to-1, so 2 field spells to 1 terraforming. That way your terraforming acts as the 3rd field spell, but if you draw the terraforming, then you can use the terraforming to get a field spell, and then you're less likely to draw another field spell, if that makes any sense. So you just have to balance out whether it's more important to you to not see multiples of the field spell, or whether it's more important for you to see the field spell. From Necros013, who thankfully told me how to pronounce his name, says, what are your thoughts on Gravekeepers? Well, Gravekeepers are a fairly decent archetype. They just don't do a whole lot this format. They have a negator, but so does Satellonites, and they just have better plays. Necro Valley is really the only unique thing Gravekeepers have about them, and they rely on Necro Valley so much for most of their plays that it just doesn't seem like a particularly viable deck this format, with so much removal available. From Muhammad Aziz, what do you think of the potential of the plant engine in today's meta? With Shadows being so relevant, the Traptrix engine seems to be a bit lackluster. The plant engine with Bulb back again, though, seems really, really good. Yeah, I've often said that the Traptrix engine is the most powerful engine of all time, but it does have its bad matchups, and this format is one of its bad matchups. Now, it can do things with fun things with, like, Time-Space Trap Hole, but that's not so hot against, like, Satellar Knights. I think that we're going to see more from Time-Space Trap Hole once Cliff-Orts become a thing, but aside from that, I think that the Traptrix engine is fairly lackluster this format. However, the plant engine, this is a really important thing to talk about, because actually I gave a shout out earlier to Playmatter's channel, but Playmatter has actually been showing off combos for a plant chaos deck that's actually super cool, that works really well. And I also think that the plant engine could be really relevant in Shadows. It just depends on how well Shadows do this format, which I still am not convinced that they're going to do nearly as well as they did this format, or the last format. But, you know, the plant variant for Shadows may work. We didn't get Tengu back, which makes me sad, but I've talked before about how the baby Chaos Dragons are basically like the new Tengu. Anyway, so I think the plant engine does have a lot of potential because of the amount of special summoning available to us this format. From Zahermit, okay, you're not gay, but are you a gay fish? No, but thank you for getting that song stuck in my head. Ultra Rare Hunter says, if it is Konami's intention to bring back Stratos to hype the new hero structure deck, do you think they would or should simultaneously hit heroes? I don't think so. I don't think they should either. I think that the heroes are going to be absolutely fine. I don't think Konami's going to bring back Stratos to hype the new hero structure deck. I mean, they might, but they don't really need to, because Shadow Mist is, like, it's fine on its own. From Brandymon, on the subject of non-Yu-Gi-Oh things, you say you like music, so could you recommend a band? Bonus points for obscurity. Okay, so when I'm feeling like an absolute hippie, there's a band I really love called the Mowglis, that's spelled M-O-W-G-L-I-E-S, as in Mowgli from Jungle Book. It's a great band. They're super hippie, though. As far as hip-hop, which is my favorite genre, I'm so big on Rhymesayers Entertainment, which are the Twin Cities hip-hop artists. I guess they're not all from Twin Cities now, because the label has expanded. But, like, Brother Ali and Atmosphere are, like, my two favorite artists in the world. Let's see, I'd have to go over to my iTunes. Let's see, I'm really big on electronic music for specifically drum and bass. I really like Fox Stevenson, and I really like a guy called F777, that's F dash and then 3 sevens. So that is music I really like. There's an LA street band that I really like that's like jazz, hip-hop, Latin, that's Ozomatli. That's spelled O-Z-O-M-A-T-L-I. These are all really great artists. I mean, I'm really into Queen, as you guys already know. So, I mean, that's kind of the music that I would recommend, since you're looking for the kind of music that I listen to. Anyway, San Diego Snuggler says, now that Super Poly is limited, do you think it is more reasonable/viable to run Shadow Field Spell in Shadows? Wait, Shadows have a field spell? Dueling Network, tell me it ain't so. I don't see a Shadow Field Spell. I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. There is no Shadow Field Spell. Unless it's been announced recently? What's going on? Shadow Field Spell? Oh, apparently other people have Googled it. There really is no Shadow Field Spell. I'm like looking through this. There is not a single Shadow Field Spell. I don't know what to tell you. I cannot find a single Shadow Field Spell. It's a lie. I have heard nothing about a Shadow Field Spell. If there is a Shadow Field Spell, it does not appear on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Wikia. What is your opinion on Coke Life? The frickety frack is Coke Life. I suppose that's my opinion on it. Vegan Fly Assassin asks, do you think that Yang Zing will be tier 1 at some point, and if the price of Path will go through the roof? I mean, it depends on their support. I think that the support that they're getting in the near future isn't as good as it needs to be. I've had people tell me, specifically Kobe Folk, who I think may be making a YouTube channel of his own, but I will feature him later on the channel, said that what Yang Zings really need is a tuner that acts like Archfiend Commander, so you special summon it from your hand, and then it destroys a Yang Zing monster on your side of the field. I think that would be really cool, but until they get something like that, I think that the deck is super vulnerable. So I'm not certain if they're going to be tier 1 at any point, but it is entirely possible, and if they do so, then Path will probably go through the roof. Would you recommend Path at its current price for a good investment to resell in the future? Possibly. It depends on what price it is right now. If it's at $30 like you say it is, then that's probably hype price, and I would not go for it right now, because hype price is terrible, and I'm going to be making a video about that in the near future. And that being the last question, that's a great segue to my talking about my channel in the near future. I think Sunday or tomorrow I am going to be bringing you guys a video specifically about hype prices and why people hype cards and why that's dangerous. I am going to be bringing you guys the full version of my very short parody of Toto's Africa. I am also going to be hopefully doing a collaboration with Alex Simo and doing some deck profiles for you guys, so I hope you guys like this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up button. If you want me to answer a question, ask it in the comment section below. I want this to be a big thing for next Casual Friday. I feel like the live stream was not popular enough for me to want to do it again. However, if there is big enough support, it would have to be almost as many people as watch Casual Friday already. Then I will do another Casual Friday live stream, but for right now, I don't have the time because I'm going to be driving back from Pullman as you guys watch this video, so I will not be able to do a live stream this week. However, once again, ask any questions that you want to in the comment section below. Meanwhile, thank you guys for watching. Please do subscribe for more decks, discussion, analysis, and general Yu-Gi-Oh! Shenanigans. I'm your host, the one, the only, the RJB0, and I got a jet. See ya.